My man, Chris Johnstone, I got to tell you, excited. We're jumping on the podcast. I know every month we're talking about all things AI,
Hmm.
and you just got back from a really cool trip from Africa.
Yes.
Hey, just give us the quick 411. What'd you guys do? And then let's dive into things technology related that loan officers need to know right now. By the way, what are we going to talk about? So right now, tell them, and then tell me about Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to teach today how to get ranked on ChatGPT
Oh, I love it.
because
Yeah.
consumer direct, really high quality consumer direct leads are using ChatGPT to research mortgages, and it's smart enough to recommend a loan officer.
Yeah,
And we've discovered how to get it to recommend your business. And
man.
so that's what we're going to talk about.
Okay, so and we're going to talk about that. You're listening to the right episode, but before we do that, give us a quick update. You were in Africa. You guys were doing a really cool thing, helping like talk about it just with our
Yes.
audience.
So we went to Tanzania and we did a 2 week mission down there to provide clean water
Yeah.
to the communities that are down there. So we've got good friends of ours. We sponsored a well. We is like my wife is incredible. When people say they have a better half, I have like a way better half. Like
Yeah.
the only proof that I'm good at sales is when you meet my wife and it's like, oh, he must be good at sales. I don't know how they.
My man.
But then so anyways, so my wife did this whole fundraiser, put this well in, and we've always just had this connection to the communities there in Africa and Rafiki Outreach, which is the group that we did it with. What we did was we were part of another well, and this time they said, hey, why don't you come down and actually be a part of it? So the reason it's special is because we use this drill called the village drill,
Yeah.
and the it's special because it fits on the back of a pickup truck. Because
Wow.
we go to areas that are so remote that
Oh
you
yeah.
can't get there with a drilling rig. And so you literally have to stand there and spin this big wheel. And there's 4 foot sections of pipe with the big 1 foot diamond drill bit on the end of it. And you just go till you hit water. So we went down there. We helped bring water to a village. We brought a year's worth of supplies to an orphanage. We
Wow.
had just like some amazing, incredible experiences, and then went
Yeah.
out to this crazy remote village and actually drilled a well, all the way from like spinning and drilling and hitting water to putting in the sleeves and the pipes and the pump and then the storage tank that went up on the big thing. And like Steve, it was a
It's
Maasai.
life-changing, man.
Oh,
Ah, oh,
it was
yeah.
wild. And my kids are 9 and 10 right now. And so for them to go and have the experience of like really getting out of their comfort zone, but also realizing like we're all the same, we're all equal, we
Yeah.
all need the same basic fundamentals. But one thing that was super shocking, I think, for us is we did a water walk.
Yeah,
So
I saw that. You guys walked the distance of what they've had to walk to go get water and come back. How far was that? How far were they walking to go get water?
so just over a half a mile.
Wow.
So they walk down this mountain to
Yeah.
go to the stream, but
Yeah.
and that's the saddest part about it because stream looks great, right?
Yeah.
But it's down from all of the
Other
other communities that have no waste sanitation whatsoever and
mm,
all of the crops. So you've got all the stuff that's being sprayed on all the agriculture going into the water, all of the waste going into the water, and they're going out and getting it. And that's why so many people die from just like waterborne illness of just like
yeah.
not having access to clean water.
Yeah.
So they walk just over a half mile down a mountain to get to this stream, to get the water, put it on their head, walk back up. And
Wow.
they got to do that 5 times a day to have enough water for 4 people for the day.
Wow. And now they've got their own water well in their village that's clean water.
That's
Man,
right.
that's amazing, bro. Well,
Yeah.
I loved it. I watched your journey on social. Man, it was great. Loved you sharing it. So well done on that. And that's why we do business, man. We do
Yeah.
the things we do so we can make an impact in the lives of families and others. So great
Yeah.
job, man. All right,
Well,
let's talk
thanks
about
for
AI. Talk about
let's
it.
do it. So thanks for letting me talk about that. So I think a story to kind of kick us off that
Yeah.
was super interesting is We did a little bit of safari at the very end. So we did 2 days of
Saw that. Yeah.
safari as like
Yeah.
the treat for the mission for the
Yeah.
kids afterwards. And I met this guy who was running so he was actually running the largest safari tour company in Tanzania. So like huge business, big
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
And I sat down with him with ChatGPT and I said, "What's your most popular tour?" And he said, People come down and do like an 8 day safari tour." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I opened up voice ChatGPT and I said, "Look, I want you to plan me the perfect safari itinerary. I want to see elephants, I want to see lions, I want to see all these animals. Plan me a perfect tour in Tanzania." And ChatGPT spits out the itinerary that he takes people on.
Wow.
And he
Wow.
was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, recommend lodges along the stay for us to stay at. All these 5-star lodges with all the ratings and reviews, all of the stuff." And he didn't show up. It didn't
Wow.
recommend him once.
And he's the largest.
And he's the largest. He's the biggest. They do the most tours. They do the most amount of things.
Wow.
But you know where he gets his business from? Travel agents.
Wow.
Because people don't feel confident enough to go to Tanzania or Africa
Yeah.
and just like go out on safari with people that
Yeah.
there's no recommendation. That's why in the
Right.
mortgage business,
Right.
I think it's 87% of deals close as a referral or from a referral. Because going to an African adventure and getting a home loan, there's kind of like the same element of fear that
Yeah.
something's going to go wrong there. You know what I mean?
A bear might not bear, but a tiger might get me. An elephant.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
So certainty sells.
Yeah.
And that's really why referrals are so powerful. And
Mm.
so we had this conversation about how to get AI to refer his business because
Yeah.
AI really becomes like a referral partner. If somebody's doing the research and ChatGPT says,
Yeah.
"Hey, you need to reach out to the Steve Kyle's team because they're the ones that are going to help you the best with their
Right.
mortgage,"
Right.
that is a level of certainty that makes people feel comfortable reaching out and doing business with you. But also when people research your brand or realtors are reaching out because you're making the calls and they're going out and they're researching you, we find about like I think half of the traffic that happens on Google today is going to be done inside ChatGPT. Originally, I was saying 2 years. We did a survey on the Breakfast Club this morning and we just said, "Hey, where do you go to get your information right now?" Over half of the people in the chat comments said ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's happening faster than I think any of us realize it.
Well, and
So
I tell you why, when you go to Google, it just gives you a bunch of people, but in chat, it does the research,
yeah,
and that's part of what you're going to talk about. But then I can go deeper and say, hey, this is really what I'm looking, and it's amazing because like I feel like Google is now I got to go do all the work. Chat does a lot of the work and then comes back with the recommendation. So the name of the game is how do we unlock the search feature inside of Chat GPT so that when somebody says, I'm looking for a mortgage in Houston, who's the best, who should I call?
yep.
And then you're popping up. So what do we need to know about that? Because I know like it's moving a lot faster.
Yes. So the first thing that we need to understand is that AI is more intelligent than any technology that we've had up until this point.
Right.
So there's no games, there's no tricks. We we have like a core value in our
Yeah.
department where we do this for people, and it's just no shenanigans. Like
Right.
you can't.
Uh,
There's no trick. You have to earn it, right? Which
mm,
is great. That's
mm,
great news because the majority of your competition isn't going to do it.
right. They're not earning it. They're not
They're
doing
not
it.
earning it.
Yeah.
And B, earning authority on artificial intelligence is actually done by making your job easier.
Mm, mm,
So if you're an AI powered loan officer or just business owner in general, it means you're using it to help answer your emails.
yeah.
When you get frequently asked questions from people, you're going to ChatGPT, you're giving it the question, and it's giving you the answer. So you
Mm,
answer more emails in less time. Your social media posts, every single post, every single interaction that you have on social media should be fed into ChatGPT with your account so that it sees you every single day in the mortgage business, being a
mm,
mortgage expert,
mm.
using ChatGPT to do your daily communications is like the first thing that a loan officer can do to start to build authority with AI
Yeah.
because it sees you
Yeah.
actually being a mortgage expert.
Wow. That's great. So daily use is a big part of it.
100%.
Which I got to tell you, it was interesting yesterday. I was talking to somebody and I said, "Hey," and this was a realtor, and I said, "So you got your Chat GPT set up, right? Like, because she's writing a newsletter every month, taking her hours and hours and hours." And I was blown away. She's like, "No," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I use Chat so much. It's staggering to think a lot of people are still not using Chat
Yep.
at that level, you know?"
It's unbelievable. And think about that. So that's the gap that we're starting to see come out in the industry
Yeah.
of people that work hard and people that work smart. And
Mm,
eventually it's going to get to a point where the people that are taking this knowledge and taking action on it, they're
right.
just so far ahead
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
game of knowledge and how to use these tools that somebody that isn't AI powered just can't keep up.
Right. Right.
It's so okay. I don't want to get derailed, but we'll
Hey,
talk about
do this for me.
ChatGPT
Tell
tasks.
somebody may be listening right now and they say, "Hey, I want to get in touch with your team to find out how you can help them." Drop like where are we going to send them?
Loanofficerbrand.com. So
Okay.
loanofficerbrand.com.
Okay, cool. All right. So keep going.
Okay. So inside your chat GPT, when you go in, and I recommend everybody signs up for the $20 a month plan. You don't have to, but it's $20 a month for an employee in your business,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So when you sign up for ChatGPT, go up in the top right hand corner, click your icon of your face or your whatever, and it's going to drop down a menu and it's going to say customize ChatGPT.
Yep.
It's going to ask you all about you. So you tell it, I'm the best loan officer in area name, and I focus on VA, FHA, first time home buyers. You just like insert in all of your products there.
Okay.
Then it's going to say there's this section where you can put details in. You
Okay.
put name, phone number, website, email address, all your social media profiles, everywhere where you have an online footprint, especially your Google business profiles. Incredibly important to get the link to your Google business profile and put it in that profile and you save it.
Okay.
What you've just done, and inside there, there's other settings like you can tell ChatGPT how to talk to you, like be friendly, be fast, be
Yeah.
however you want to like customize
Okay.
your GPT. But what's important is you put your information about your business, who you
Yep.
help, where you help them, and that you're a mortgage expert on all those different products. Because then every conversation that you have with ChatGPT reinforces your business and your brand inside your ChatGPT account. So every time you're answering an email, answering a question, writing a social media post, like your realtor, they're doing their newsletter. Right now, there's no clout going to artificial intelligence because they're
Yeah.
not using the platform to create content.
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. I'd also love to hear from you. Make sure to drop a comment below and let me know what you think, or what it is you want to see next. And we'll see you on the inside. See you. Right, right.
So, step one, use it every day.
Yep.
Step two, put your profile information into it so that it's enforcing your brand when you're using it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Number three is feedback. This
Okay.
is, I think, a huge missed opportunity for a lot of people that are taking those first couple of steps with artificial intelligence
Yep.
because they'll just get ChatGPT to bust out a blog post or whatever, and they'll copy and paste it into Google Docs, edit it in Google Docs, and then go put it on their blog.
Right.
Well, just like our relationships with our real estate partners or our past customers, the more that you can show them that you're an expert, the more referrals you will get, or the more times they will do business with you because you help that realtor out on that deal that's hard to do with that specific
Right.
loan type where they might have
Right.
lost it with another lender, but you came and saved the deal. Well, that referral partner is going to refer you all of those deals in the future because you're the expert.
Mm.
AI is the exact same. AI's most valuable currency is knowledge,
Mm.
information. So when you use it to create a blog post, let's just go with that example, and it's not that good, prompt it and teach it why it's not good. Hey, in the
Wow.
mortgage industry, don't say it like this, say it like this. Hey, it doesn't actually work like that. It works like this. And you
Mm.
teach it so that your blog post comes out perfect and it's an
Right.
amazing blog post that you can
Right.
use, and the next one will be better. But what you're actually doing is teaching the AI that you're an expert in mortgages in your
Yep.
location on
Yep.
those product types, and
Yep.
you've taught it, which gives you
Mm.
clout within the artificial intelligence.
Mm. That's great, man.
So
So
not
not
only do
just
you get,
taking what it's giving you, but then giving it real feedback and saying, "Hey, that's good, but here's how we tweak it and make it a little bit better." And what it's doing is recognizing that you're training it, becoming the expert in what you actually do. And in return, it starts to identify, "Oh, Steve's an expert. He knows what he's doing."
that's right.
Dude, that's
Yep.
great. That's great. Hey, now let me ask you this, and this is a real question. So, when you say go in and train it, like it's somebody in my mind, I use primarily one GPT. Should you create like different GPTs? Like, because I do coaching and, we got the podcast, and all that. Should it all just be in one, or do you create multiples?
So great question.
Yeah.
The from this perspective of what we're doing, which is to get ChatGPT to recommend you, you want to
Yeah.
do everything inside the main
Got
chat.
it. Got it. Okay.
So
Yeah.
no
And then,
custom GPTs, none of that.
okay, main GPT. Got it. All
Yep.
right.
So no folders, no custom GPTs. Everything is
Just
a new
main chat.
conversation.
Got
Yep.
it, man. Love it.
Which leads us to prompt stacking,
Okay.
which is starting a conversation with ChatGPT about a specific topic and
Yep.
then continuing to go back and revisit that conversation over time. So think of that like in the old world of Google, you wanted to build really long content blog posts so that you were seen as the authority. So if somebody else had a blog that was 600 words on a topic and you had a blog that had 30,000 words on a topic, you would rank over them because there's a lot more value
Mm-hmm.
and authority within your topic. Well, if you're going out and you're telling ChatGPT, hey, look, I'm an expert at hard money loans.
Right.
And in this conversation, we're going to create content
Yep.
about hard money loans and these topics. Well, if every time you have a topic for hard money loans, you go back and you start a new conversation, it's shallow. There's not a whole
Got it.
lot of depth
Got
of
it.
knowledge that the
Yep.
AI gets about
Yep.
you and your business and all the product offerings that you have. But if you keep going back to the same conversation, it's like, okay, this week we're going to talk about self-employed borrowers. This week we're going to talk about hotel owners. This week we're going to talk about
Mm.
XYZ.
Mm.
And that
Mm.
conversation just keeps going and going and going.
Yep.
Now here's the trick. Every time you have that conversation, there's a little button up in the top right-hand corner, only on desktop,
Yep.
and it says share.
Yep.
You're going to click that share button.
Yep. I got it.
It's going to open up and it's going to give you a link.
Yeah.
Hit copy beside that link.
Yep.
And now see how a new little button has popped up that says make this chat discoverable.
Mm.
You need to click the box
Got it. Yep.
and then save it.
Hey, that's powerful because I wasn't making them discoverable on purpose. But what happens is now when somebody goes into chat and they're looking and you've answered that question in this lengthy thread, it's going to be able to reference and say, hey, Steve was talking about that.
That's right.
Oh, man, that's a missing piece. Wow.
Yeah. And like one little hidden button
Yeah.
inside the settings. And
Dude,
what it
that's a
also
game
does,
changer, man.
yeah. And it opens it up so that now Google and Bing and all of the search engines can index that conversation. So it
Wow.
actually feeds it into the search engines as well to help with your Google ranking and your online marketing.
So, like, if I'm in the target and I'm just kind of speaking, like, if I wanted to do it in Houston, it's just open a thread. Hey, can you put it? Is it okay to put it as a project or not? Just keep it as a conversation on the left side. I don't know if it does anything different.
Yeah,
Um,
so projects are different. So just
okay.
keep it in a conversation in the main
Yeah.
thread, one of those conversations that shows up on the left-hand side.
Dude, I love it. Okay. And then what you're doing is just saying Houston. So it's just constantly Houston mortgage. Here's what's happening. And you just keep doing it and then sharing it. You almost like, I'll tell you what it just made me think about is you almost want to strategically every morning have a conversation around what the most searchable topics are that you can find on Google, Houston mortgage, what are the topics? And then just keep feeding it every single day and make it discoverable.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
dude,
So,
that's crazy sick, man. That's awesome.
so we mentioned loanofficerbrand.com earlier in the conversation.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
happens when people go there and they opt in? I
Yeah.
send 5 emails over 5 days, and each one has a different prompt.
Okay.
And for me, it's like, hey, if you're a loan officer, you want to use AI better, you've never used AI before, these 5 prompts are where you should start. You copy them, you paste them into ChatGPT, you hit the
Yeah.
button, and
Yeah.
you watch what happens. Well, the
Yeah.
first prompt that I give away is a content creation task.
Yeah.
So inside ChatGPT, you go to the menu bar at the top because I don't know when people are listening to this episode. So things will change. So you go to ChatGPT 4.0 in the, so when you go to ChatGPT on your desktop, top left, it'll say GPT at the top. You click that drop down button, choose GPT 4.0. So ChatGPT 4.0 has tasks.
Yeah.
And what that is you can treat ChatGPT like an employee that shows up every day on time, does what you ask it to do. It's amazing.
Right. Right.
So through a task, you can get it to do a repetitive task every day, every hour, every week, every month, whatever it is. You just tell it, hey, at this date and this time, do this task. So you copy and paste in this prompt that you get when you go to loanofficerbrand.com. And every day it goes out and does the market research on your particular
Mm,
marketplace. What's
mm,
happening in town, what's happening in real estate, what's happening in mortgages, everything that people need to know. And then ChatGPT creates a blog post and delivers it back to you. It delivers an email to send to your past customer database, an email to go out to your realtor referral partners, and all of the social media content that you need to post on social to promote the blog posts that you just created. It's wild.
dude, that's
So
crazy.
the point is, if you decide that you want to be the mortgage expert in a specific type of product,
Right.
you have to
Mm,
be an authority.
mm,
ChatGPT makes it so that you can have all the most latest up to date information,
mm,
high quality content that gets
mm,
indexed by Google, but that also you're creating with the AI. So you build authority with AI while you're doing it. And then you can drive traffic to your content by posting on social, which again is
mm.
just social proof to
Yeah.
Google and AI that you're out there, you're an expert in the industry. And here's the thing that, again, I think most loan officers are missing about this whole process. In today's world with tech enabled buyers, I think 36% of mortgages funded last year were first time home buyers. A
Mm,
huge
hmm.
portion of our marketplace is tech enabled. The referrals that we're getting today from past customers, those people are looking you up online on Google. They're
Hmm.
going to ChatGPT, punching in your name and saying, "What can you tell me about this business?" When you're calling out to new qualified agents, or you're calling and re-engaging old relationships, and you're working to build that pipeline of referral partners, what is a real estate agent going to do when they get your call, they get your voicemail? They're like, "Oh, who is this Steve person? Who is this Chris
Sure.
Johnstone
Yeah.
guy?"
Yeah.
Where do
They're
they
going
go
to
to get that
search.
information?
Yeah.
ChatGPT,
Wow.
Google. That's
Yeah.
the world we live in. So
Yeah.
as you build this authority, you're actually setting it up so you can close more of the referral relationships that you're doing the outbound to actually build up. So it actually
Mm,
helps you close more of the deals, and some of the deals that you're losing, and you may not even realize it because you haven't taken the time to look at your online brand and look at your online presence and what's out there
mm.
right now.
Yeah.
So content builds authority. And
Wow.
that's really how, I mean, this is just one of the 5 things that really gets people ranked inside the AI,
It's
but leaning
amazing.
in, just using it every day for basic conversation, and then using it to create authority through content are like the beginner steps for a loan officer to start using artificial intelligence and starting to get ChatGPT to recommend you to consumer direct leads that are doing research on those products in your market.
Man, that's amazing. And I know you're already seeing great results with loan officers you've been helping that are literally closing deals every single month from being found on ChatGPT.
Yeah. And really, like, we had an attorney that came in and did a
Yeah.
mortgage with somebody. We had a doctor that came in and did a mortgage with some. So these are like
Quality.
great
Yeah. Yeah. This
leads.
isn't like junk, just spam leads. These are people that have found you because they were searchable in ChatGPT, which is just becoming more and more the norm, man.
Yeah.
Hey, so go to loanofficerbrand.com, sign up, put your name, first name, email, cell phone, and then get the 5 day prompts. And then it's going to take you to a calendar where you can literally just schedule a time that works for you to talk to Chris's team. And I got to tell you, man, you and I were talking about this last month, that it's almost like, not almost, it's like the very beginning of when Google came out. And the people that will take advantage of this right now and invest in their next 5 and 10 years are going to see explosive growth from this being a large, I mean, it's just going to be a big source of traffic, man. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So loanofficerbrand.com, check it out.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. And thank you for listening, everybody.
Brother, I got to tell you, it's thank you for keeping us on the cutting edge, and I loved you bringing us on your journey to Africa, man. It was so cool to see, and I saw that water walk, man, and I just thought we're so grateful. It's easy to forget how blessed we are. Regardless of what your financial circumstance is, it's still better than most of the world. And so, thank you for bringing us on that journey. Thank you for making a difference. And thank you for keeping us on the cutting edge of AI and how not to get distracted. It's easy. It's like this whistle and this widget and this and this. And the reality is just stay hyper focused on what actually puts deals in your pipeline. And that's what you do for us. So thank you, Chris. For everybody who's listening, go to loanofficerbrand.com. And I tell you, it'll be the best investment of time. And see if Chris's team is right for you. And I got to tell you, man, he's going to knock it out the park. So work with his team. It'll put you ahead. You'll close deals. Carl always says, cash small checks to make, or what is it? Or spend, small checks to make big checks. And so this would be a great investment. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
Anyone who's listening, just remember this: anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See you.